Hello, movie lovers. Welcome back to SignaTeek channel. Today is all about fresh cinema experiences, and I can't wait to share my thoughts on the newest film making its mark. Sit back, relax, and let's dive into the recap of this exciting cinematic adventure. The film begins with a depiction of a planet called Nowhere. The Guardians of the Galaxy are based here. We met them all as they prepared for their next adventure. Meanwhile, the clever raccoon Rocket is standing at the window of the room, but then a powerful being from another galaxy named Adam Warlock pursued him. He bursts into the room and attacks Rocket. Other guards hear the commotion and rush to help Rocket. Cyber warrior Nebula arrived first. She used her state-of-the-art equipment to upgrade herself and become stronger. She tries to fight Adam Warlock, but he is too strong. He easily blocks her attack, tossing her aside and pinning her down. The remaining Guardians join the fight, but are no match for Adam Warlock. He withstands her punches and kicks and even throws her away. He is unstoppable. Rocket grabs her gun and tries to shoot her, but Adam Warlock hits her hard. Rocket is injured and falls to the ground. Nebula doesn't give up. She stands up and forms a sword with her hands. She stabbed Adam Warlock in the stomach from behind. He groaned in pain and came to his senses. He realizes that the Guardians are ready to attack him again. He quickly runs away from Nowhere. Now, Peter and his friends rush to the injured man. They installed a device to heal his wounds. But as soon as you turn it on, the rocket starts to tremble. Apparently, the device is killing him. Nebula sees this and runs to Peter, demanding he make it official. She scans and examines Rocket's body and tells him that he has many devices inside his body. One of them is connected to his heart. If someone attempts to cure the rocket without removing the device, lives will be lost. A rocket was swinging there. The Guardians tried to save Rocket. When Rocket loses consciousness, his old memories come back. He looks at his past, his origins. He remembers that he was a small raccoon, an animal locked in a cage with his prey. But one day, a senior evolutionist came and took him away. He experiments on Rocket, making him smarter and stronger than himself. But when the experiments are over, he locks Rocket in a separate cell. There were many other animals like him there. They were also captured and experimented on. Rocket became friends with 3 of them. Meanwhile, Nebula examines Rocket's body and discovers where the device inside him was made. They think they can cure Rocket if they go there. They decide to go to another planet called Augusto Corporation. Peter prepares his team, but leaves 2 friends in a secluded area to protect them. He takes the rest of the team with him on the mission. Meanwhile, we see the advanced one with Adam Warlock and his mother. Adam Warlock's mother told High Evolution magazine that her son is still young. That's why they failed to capture the rocket. Advanced evolutionists will be very angry when they hear this. He says he wants the rocket no matter what. He severely beats Adam Warlock and threatens her mother. He says that if he doesn't bring Rocket next time, he will kill their entire generation. Highly evolved people are crazy, strange creatures. He wants all planets and their animals and creatures to be perfect. That's why he travels to different planets and takes animals and creatures with him. He experiments with them and changes them to suit his own vision. God will make them perfect in his sight. Once he went to Earth with some animals and creatures. He was so impressed by Earth that he decided to create a planet like Earth. He named this planet Kawar. A team of Guardians flew their ship to Augusto Corporation. However, before they entered the August Company, several people joined their ship. One of them was Gamora. They told Peter and the others that Nebula had invited them there. She had promised them a reward if they helped her. So they came to assist the Guardians in their mission. As we know, Rocket is unconscious in the flashback. It turns out that the rocket was the highest and most perfect experiment of the highly evolved. He was very quick-witted compared to other people. The high evolutionary took Rocket and tested his brain. When the rocket passed the test, the highly evolved knew that the rocket was very smart. He shows Rocket running away with a punch, and Rocket sees a missile coming towards him. He asked what it was. It was a rocket taking off into the sky. He then took the rocket to the laboratory for further testing. He showed Rocket the room and placed the turtle in it. He tried to change the turtle. The turtle has changed, but has become very angry and aggressive. The advanced evolver told Rocket that he could change them and make them perfect, but could not understand why they would become aggressive, even though he wanted to calm them down. When Rocket heard this, he looked at the chamber machine and told it that there was a problem with high evolution. When he put her in a chamber machine to change her, he also changed the chemicals in her brain that made her aggressive. "If you stop this chemical change," he said, "they will be as quiet as you want them to be." High Evolution was very happy and surprised by this. He felt that his experiment was a success. He was so happy that he told his colleagues that he wanted rocket brains for his project. He said that Rocket was very smart and intelligent. He was also angry that Rocket was his motive. He said he did a rocket in his experiment, so how was Rocket smarter than him? Although he was a small animal, the next morning he asked his colleague to kill him. "He told me to take out his brain and give it to him." He experimented with his brain and discovered how he could think so creatively. He then uses it to create a new world that holds only perfect creatures like himself. He also tells Rocket to kill his friends as they are useless. He locks Rocket in his cell again. When Rocket arrived at his cell, he told his friends that he would be killed the next morning. He said they had to do something and get away. Then they left in a spaceship outside. He gathered some things and made a key. He used the key to open his cell, but then a higher evolutionist came and shot one of his friends dead. His friend died at the scene. The high evolutionary says he knew Rocket was trying to escape, so he came to stop him. He said he would kill his other friend and take out his brain right away. He didn't wait until morning. Rocket was very sad and angry seeing his friend's death. He launches an advanced attack, rips his face off, and runs away. He escaped from high evolution. Meanwhile, the Guardians team and Gamora head to the planet Augusto Core, reach the main area and find the rocket file. They bring it onto the ship and open it. You can see what happened to the rocket so far. We see the same story about Rocket that we saw in the flashbacks in Rocket Raccoon. The Guardians realize that advanced evolution has done terrible things to Rocket. While watching the video, Nebula felt very sorry for Rocket. She said no one had ever suffered so much. They then discovered that they could remove the heart device that was preventing Rocket from healing, but they didn't know how to do it. The people at High Evolution had removed the code from the rocket files, but the Guardians found out who had removed the code. The security guard found out through the file who had deleted this code, and now they decide to go to this person, get the code from him, and save Rocket's life. But Gamora says no. According to her, this person is currently near the highest level of evolution. She says if they go there, they will all die. She can't help them, she says. She sent her boyfriend her location and told him to pick her up immediately. It turns out that her friend is affiliated with August Core by Adam Warlock and his mother. Captured. When Gamora broadcasts their location, they also learn of it. They go to get the guard. When the Guardians reach an advanced evolutionary level, he tells them that he knows of his plans. He says he will kill them all and take the missiles. The theme is rockets. He says he did everything. He says he has a plan to lure people there and orders his men to obtain missiles from a Guardian ship outside. He boards the ship and orders his people to destroy the planet after leaving. His people do what he says. They pilot the ship and begin blowing up the Earth. Explosions are happening everywhere. Peter and Groot see this and fight the high evolutionary people. They use powerful weapons to shoot. They capture someone who has the code to a device that can save Rocket. The other Guardians see the planet destroyed and the high evolutionary leave with the ship. They think Peter and Groot are still on the ship. They go to save her. However, Peter and Groot had already jumped off the ship with the person. They head directly to the rocket in their ship. When they entered the code into the rocket, Peter heals his wounds and Rocket feels better. Nebula calls Peter and asks where he is. She said they went to the ship to save him. Peter tells her that he and Groot have already left. He says they are on a ship. The other Guardians attempt to leave the ship, but High Evolution arrives and captures them. The guards notice that there were a lot of small creatures and animals there. The High Evolvers captured them for experimentation. They decide not to go alone. They decide to release everyone and take them with them. Peter and his friends head to a High Evolution ship to rescue the other Guardians. Peter called his friend in a secluded place and told him to come to the indicated place. His friend does this in a location near a High Evolution ship. Peter and his friends go to the ship to rescue the other Guardian. A huge battle is taking place between High Evolution, its people, and the Guardians of the Galaxy team. But Guardians are braver and smarter. They fight well and defeat them. They finally defeated Advanced Evolution. They told Rocket to kill the High Evolvers, but Rocket said the number. He says he doesn't look like him. He says that if the highly evolved are evil, then he is not evil either. The Guardians free all the people, animals, and creatures aboard the High Evolution ship. They don't take everything anywhere. They get there themselves. A dog that was Peter's friend accompanies them. He uses that power to connect nowhere with the High Evolution ship. He released so much power that the device failed prematurely. A planet in the middle of nowhere and a highly evolved spaceship have become separated. Everyone else made it to nowhere, but Peter was left behind on the ship. He panics and jumps towards the planet, but misses and ends up floating in space, gasping for air. Thought he was going to die. Adam Warlock then appears and saves him. He took him there and saved his life. The Guardians decide to create a new world for all the animals, creatures, and people they have encountered so far. They wanted to give them a good life and let them be free. Peter appointed Rocket as the new leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. He told his friends that he had spent his entire life in space, separated from his family, but that his grandfather still lived on Earth. He had to meet him. So he took time off from his duties. Gamora and her friends also decided to go their own ways. Rocket formed a new team with the survivors, including a rehabilitated Adam Warlock. Peter returned to Earth and met his grandfather. They hugged each other and cried. They loved their lives and were happy. And the movie ends here. Thanks for watching our video. If you enjoyed this film recap and want more, subscribe now, like, and share captivating stories with your friends. Tell me which movie you'd like me to summarize next. See you soon.